just gonna go ahead and get started because I'm really trying not to make this like 3 hours long. This is a story time about how I've literally been fired from every single serving job I've ever had. How does that happen? How does that happen?
12 seconds later.
So I did tell a little lie. I haven't been fired from every single serving job because my first 2 serving jobs, I didn't work there long enough to be fired. And I'm convinced that if I had been working there for longer than 6 months, I too would have been fired from that job because that's just how my luck goes. I worked at a Chili's location prior to me coming back to school, and that was my first Chili's location. My second Chili's location is the one that was a fucking crack house. We had all different types of people working there. There was never enough servers on the floor, so we were always crushed. We were always slammed. Always just a lot going on because we didn't have enough people to take care of things. So everybody was always stressed. It was a stressful environment. And if you've ever worked in a stressful environment, let me tell you, it's not fun. It's not fun because everybody's on 10 all the time. And like I said, we had different various types of personalities. For example, we had this one guy, he was around my age at the time, so he was like 20, 19, I don't know, he was very young. He was in charge of putting the food together. So whenever the cooks in the kitchen make the food, they put it on the line, and usually there's somebody in charge of putting the food on the line on the tray so the servers can take the food out to the guests. And he was in charge of putting the food on the tray and making sure everything was together, okay? He was a dick. Any chance he had to make a deprecating joke on your behalf, he was gonna take that shit. He was unbelievably sarcastic to the point where it was physically impossible to work with him. You were never able to get a normal conversation out of him. He could never say anything that was authentic. Everything was a joke. Everything was on your behalf. Like, everything that he said to you, you could not take it seriously because it was just shit coming out of his ass. Like, just don't even talk to him because he's gonna waste your time. That's the type of person that he is. You guys have ever seen Big Bang Theory? He was 1000% giving Sheldon vibes. Granted, he might have been on the spectrum. He might have been autistic. And because he was on the spectrum, I guess that gave him like a pass to still be like a dick to people because he doesn't really have the emotional intelligence. But still, like, it's very hard for people to deal with that. Like, and God forbid you get on his ass because he will start crying. Like, how are you gonna be rude how are you gonna be a dick this whole shift? I say one thing and now you're crying. He loved to pull that card. He loved that shit. And you were gonna be the one who got in trouble. That's the kicker. That's the whole punchline to the end of this joke. We also had this girl. She was very quiet, never made any friends, never sparked up a conversation, never made herself the center of attention. So she was just back there like in the corner like a little mouse. She was very sweet, don't get me wrong, but she used to take a sip of everybody's drink before bringing it out to them on the floor. I couldn't believe my eyes the first time that I caught her doing that. And I don't know how long she had been doing this because I caught her, and when I caught her, she seemed very comfortable in doing that. So there's no telling how many times that she's actually done that and gotten away with it. Also had this terrible kitchen manager. He was the type of person who loved to micromanage anything. She was also one of those type of people, given a position of power, she was going to exploit it. Loved to boss us around, telling us to do unnecessary things like, girl, like, We know what we need to do. You don't need to be breathing down our fucking necks. And she was a kitchen manager. She wasn't even like a floor manager. I don't know what it is about kitchen managers, but they all have a foot up their ass. Have like the title of being a manager, but they don't really have like the respect, because you're supposed to be back there in the kitchen managing them. Tell them what to do. Make sure that they're doing what they need to do. Make sure that the food is coming out right. Make sure there's not hair in people's foods. Make sure that all the orders are coming out right correctly. Stop trying to worry about what's happening up here. One day, we were understaffed as per usual. I have 10 tables as per usual. I'm fucking busy. We're in the middle of a dinner rush, and my table orders a molten chocolate cake. The molten chocolate cake at Chili's is supposed to be this little piece of like chocolate cake. It's like this big. It has like fudge in the middle. You put it in the microwave, and then the fudge like comes out of the sides, and then you drizzle some chocolate on top. Well, one day I saw one of my fellow servers. She was a vet. She's been there longer than I had even been alive, and she made her chocolate cake with fudge and caramel. This sounds so stupid when I say this. She made her chocolate cake with fudge and caramel. And I was like, oh my God, like that's so cute. Like, I want to make my chocolate cake with fudge and caramel too. Like, it's aesthetically pleasing. And I was like, okay. So I just drizzle chocolate and drizzle caramel. And I had been doing that for as long as I had been there, for as long as I had seen her do that shit. So that's when I started doing that. So boom, my table orders a molten chocolate cake. I make it aesthetically pleasing, like I always do, with the fudge and the caramel. And so I'm taking my cake out to my table, about to set it down. She stops me in the middle of me going out to my table, in the middle of me being busy, in the middle of my rush, and says, that's not how you're supposed to make it. It's supposed to be just fudge. And I'm like, okay, well, this is how I've always made it. I won't do it again. And she says, no, that's not how you're supposed to make it. Like, you're not taking it out there. And I was like, what do you mean I'm not taking this out there? Like, it's already made. I said I won't do it again. Like, just let me take it out there. I won't do it again. Like, sorry, I've always made it like this. Like, I see other people making it like this all the time, so I don't see what the big deal is. She takes my cake, throws it away, and I'm just like, you bitch, why the fuck did you just throw my cake away? You see how busy we are, and you want to sit here and make a point and throw my cake away in the middle of a rush? Go make me another cake. Like, I don't know why you just did that. And we get into this argument, like she's yelling at me, I'm yelling at her. This could have been a great teaching moment. And say, Jemiah, this is not how we make our molten chocolate cake. But next time, can you please make it X, Y, and Z? And I would have said, yeah, okay, sorry, that's my bad, that's on me. I didn't know we were supposed to make it that way. I had seen it being made this way so many times, and I thought it was cute, so I just wanted to do it like that, but I won't do it again. That's how that could have gone. It could have been so easy, but no, you took it upon yourself to throw my shit away in the middle of a rush. I'm stunned. I'm at a loss for words, because I cannot believe you just did that. And now I'm pissed, because why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? Anyways, she tells me, you have a really bad attitude, and that's not how you're supposed to talk to managers. Well, maybe you shouldn't have pissed me off. Sorry, I'm a person. You're a person. I don't give a fuck if you're my manager or not. Don't disrespect me like that. And that's just period, point blank. Like, it just doesn't go over well with me. I don't like being disrespected. I don't take disrespect in any aspects of my life. So what makes you think that I'm just gonna let that slide? It's not gonna slide. This last instance is what really takes the icing on the cake. It really just, everything up until this point was just like a slow burn. I know you guys are thinking like, Jemiah, like, what does this have to do with you getting fired? Like, you're naming all of these things, and I'm gonna tell you how I got fired, because all of these events lead up to my termination. So one day, when you're a server, sometimes if they don't already have people to do it. You're usually supposed to polish silverware. Okay, it's not that big of a deal. At Chili's though, you have to polish every single silverware. Even at both of my locations, we always had these huge tubs of silverware, like literally this big, this deep, and we're supposed to fill the silverware up to the top, polish it, put it all together in this little packet, and do that. It's like literally like 100 pieces of silverware each. We had filled all the silverwares for the morning crew, and by my standards, my job was done because that's what I do every day. This girl that I work with, and she's so annoying. She's the type of person, she's such a kiss ass. She's a brown noser. She thinks that her way is right. She wants to have a whole bunch of friends, but secretly like talk shit about them and like think she's better than them, and like just an annoying person. And you're like 20 years old. Like, get a grip. Like, are we 5? None of these people would be any of the types of people that I would hang out with outside of work. Like, I would not even blink my eye to be your friend, to hang out with you outside of work. So me being forced to be in this close of proximity towards you, like, it's a blessing. Like, please just do your shit and go, please. And she says, we should wait for the dishwasher to finish washing the rest of the silverware. Girl, I'm not about to wait for this dishwasher to wash every single piece of silverware before I leave. Like, no, we already did what we needed to do. I'm not going to wait for him to wash more silverware so I can do more work. Like, no. If you want to sit here and wait for him to wash that silverware, you can sit here and wait for him to wash that silverware. But I'm done. I'm leaving. She goes to tell the manager that I don't want to do my side work and that I don't want to polish silverware. What do you mean? I did polish silverware. I did do my side work, and now I'm leaving. I'm just not doing extra side work because I'm not overachieving at Chili's. Like, and then the manager comes over to me and says, she told us what you said. Like, she told us that you don't want to do this, like that you don't want to do any silverware. I said, I didn't say I didn't want to do any silverware. I just said I'm not doing extra silverware, and I'm not. Like, we had already filled up the bins. So then they make me do the extra silverware. And they make both of us finish the extra silverware and wait for the dishwasher to finish washing the dishes so we could do more silverware than we were supposed to. So now I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I just can't believe she just told on me to the manager. Like, who does that? Like, who does that? And that was dumb because now we're standing next to each other and it's hella awkward. I'm mad because you just snitched on me and you think I'm just about to be quiet. Like, you think I'm just gonna just do my silverware and shut up for the rest of the time? Like, no, bitch. I asked her, I'm like, I can't believe you just snitched on me. And I don't know what she thought I said or what she heard, but I said, this is literally how it goes. I can't believe you just snitched on me. You're a fucking bitch. All you do is whine, complain, talk about people, da 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 da. And I'm just like, no, this cunt did not just call me a bitch to my face. Are you stupid or are you dumb? Are you stupid or are you dumb? Like, please. Like, what did you just say? And I literally said, very calmly, because I'm at this point, like, you just told on me, then you just call me a bitch. Like, I'm trying my best to keep my composure because at this point, like, I'm gonna fucking hurt you. I'm going to hurt you. And I'm just like, what did you just say to me? I said you're a fucking bitch, and I lose my shit. I lose my fucking shit. I'm still polishing silverware, and I'm just like, first you want to snitch on me and then you want to call me a bitch? Like, if you want me to be a bitch so bad, I will be that bitch. Like, I will fuck you up. Girl, like, don't even go there with me. Please don't even go there with me. We're arguing. I'm screaming. I'm so mad. I don't think I've ever been this mad. I've only been this mad a couple times in my life. I'm just getting attacked left and right here. Like, you're really just making it really hard for me to go home, and I'm pissed. I'm pissed. So then the managers come, break it up. It's a huge scene. Everybody's looking at us. Of course they're looking at me because I'm louder and I'm black. So of course I'm the aggressor. Like everybody's scared of me and I didn't even do shit. So then She tells the managers, I'm afraid for my life. Like, she looked like she was about to stab me. She's literally waving the knife like she's about to stab me. You did not just say I was about to stab you. I have a knife in my hand because you're making me polish extra silverware and then just called me a bitch after I'm polishing more silverware because of you. Because of you. That's why I'm waving the knife in my hand, and that's why I'm pissed. And that's why I'm yelling. At that point, I should have just stabbed her. Like, I should have just fucking stabbed her in the eye because of the way that she was acting. Like, it was so ridiculous. It was so ridiculous. It was ridiculous. This is how I got fired. I'm working, doing normal things a server does during a shift, and my pocket starts vibrating. I get this phone call. I go to the bathroom. Because I don't recognize the number. This call is top 3 worst calls of my life. Like, this is the type of call that makes your heart stop. This heart is just like it's like I'm in a movie. Everything is moving slow motion. I barely can breathe. My heart is beating out of my chest. Like, I can't even hear her talking anymore. It's just like, like, I seriously, like, I'm so dissociated right now. I'm not even in reality right now. So I definitely can't work. I can't work during the shift because I'm so far out of it. Like, I'm about to break down. Like, I need to leave. I need to go because I can't even think right now. I go to the manager. I tell her, hey, like, I'm having an emergency. I need to go. I can't be here. She's like, well, what's wrong? And I'm like, it's personal. Like, I don't want to talk about it. I just need to go. And she says, I ask her, I'm like, can I go? And she says, okay, yeah, that's fine. I leave, come back a couple days. When I'm clocking in, they ask me to go to the back. So I'm like, that's weird. Like, why do I need to go to the back? Usually you only need to go to the back in the office if you're in trouble. So I go to the office, and there she is, my manager. She's there, and she's with the GM, the head manager, the general manager over the store. He asked me what my emergency was. I'm like, I already told you guys, like, I'm not telling you, like, what's wrong. Like, it's personal. Like, I just needed to leave. And he's like, okay, well, what happened with so-and-so? The girl that I was arguing over silverware with. And I'm just like, I don't understand why I'm getting in trouble, why I'm the only one getting in trouble about the silverware. Like, she's the one who was yelling and antagonizing me, trying to make me do all the silverware in the store. And we were both arguing, and she called me out of my name. So that's the only reason why I was getting mad. Like, I was just doing my job, and she's over here just making everything such a big deal. And I don't know why I'm the only one getting reprimanded for that. And so they're like, okay, well, what happened with the cake? And I'm just like, oh my gosh, here we go. Like, here they go, about to bring up every single terrible thing that I've ever done in this store just so they can have some reason to let me go. And I'm just like, at this point, like, I'm not fighting for a job here. If y'all want to let me go, y'all can let me go. Like, it's not that serious. Like, just take it from me. If a job does not want you there, they will find any and every reason to get rid of you. Just like how they can find somebody to replace you, you can find another job. Trust me, they're hiring. So that was it with Chili's. Like, that was the story. That was it with Chili's. Like, I'm not about to fight for no job that doesn't want me there. Like, and a couple weeks later, HR came in and shut all that stuff down. Like, the GM had sexual assault allegations coming from him. The girl manager, she got offered this other job somewhere else, and half of the staff that worked there with me doesn't even work there anymore. Like, it's so in and out. Like, if you think you're not replaceable, trust me, you are. They will find somebody else, just like how you can find somebody else. It's not that serious. It'll never be that serious, I promise.